but we're excited, and we feel we have two players at every position, the starter and then a backup to that person, and so we're excited about it. And you'll see, I'm sure, Luke using different combinations, but again, I can't tell you that. That's up to him. Michael will be able to play multiple positions, and he's shown that again out here every single day. And so JaVale, man, we haven't had a JaVale for a long time around here. The guy just blocking shots. Kuz thought he had one today, and he said, mm-mm. And I'm talking about he came from the corner to get it. He just wasn't sitting down there. He went and grabbed that shot, and was just unbelievable to see how active he is. And also our pick and roll with him changes too, because they can throw the lob up to him. So
we have 7 or more guys that are 6'9", 6'10", or above. So I think that's, plenty of size and versatility for today's game. In fact, Michael Beasley walked in, Magic and I were standing at the door, and he said, man, just being in here, he's like, I haven't seen a team with this length since really the championship team where it was Gasol and Bynum and Odom and all of this length. Mm-hmm. And so we as the game is moving to be more positionless, we don't even really talk about center or point guard or two. It's a positionless game, and we have a versatile, long roster and adequate size for sure.
You guys have both talked about competition. You talked about, and obviously there are expectations this year to go into the playoffs and then perhaps deep into it. How do you philosophically balance those things with the player development that still needs to happen with the young guys?
Well, that hasn't changed. I mean, player development has gone on, and I want to really give our coaches really a pat on the back. They've done a wonderful job with player development. They're here every single morning working with the players. They've been assigned different players. But again, Luke can go into that more than I can. But every time we look, they are working out guys. Every guy on our team has improved. And it's credit to first the player for wanting it, and then also credit to the coaches for understanding what that player needs and making them work at it. And it's not just the young guys. You're going to see a different KCP. Rob did a wonderful job of explaining diet, but I'll let him talk about KCP because he looks like a total different guy and playing like it too. And so we asked everybody to change, and they have. Kuz is a different guy. Man, I mean, he got mad because he wasn't in the top 100. So I'm glad they didn't put him in the top 100 so he can keep working hard. But it's that type of drive that we have with these players. And so we've been really happy with player development, and it goes to the players, but also to our assistant coaches and the job that Luke is doing. So hats off to those guys because they've been working them all summer.
I think of this story, I don't know if it's an ancient tale of old, but of the, young kitten that's running around the jungle, and it sees a bobcat and says, well, it's a bigger cat, it must be a lion. And it starts mimicking the bobcat, and it thinks it's become the king of the jungle. A year later, along comes a male lion, and the little cat's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize what a lion's roar was until I saw and heard it. Now I know how to become a lion. Well, in terms of player development, I think there's no better way to do that than by exposing our young core to today's greatest player, that is today's hardest working player too. Then they see what it takes to be great. It's one thing to hear stories, it's one thing to watch tape, but to be in the gym every day with LeBron in particular and guys like Rondo that have won championships and done it at a high level, there's no better way to develop players than that.
Hold on a second. Any general manager in the league would have told you a story like that and brought it home like that. Man, I even learned something. You taught me something today. You taught me something. That was good.
You guys signed some, shall I say, interesting characters, personalities over the summer, from my perspective. How do you think that's going to work together on the court, off the court, and are there any concerns on how they make all that work with all those different guys?
No concerns, and we love that they all are different individuals and they bring something different to the table. We needed some grittiness. We needed some toughness. We needed somebody to come and be upset that, somebody had a defensive lapse or somebody got by them. We love everything that everybody brings to the table, right? And we've been seeing it out here every single day. So, some guys had different things happen in their past, but so what? Rondo's still a champion, right? And you saw what he did for New Orleans last season. And so we're happy to have him. Lance has played excellent basketball last season, with his team. And so didn't have a problem, wasn't a problem. We're excited to have him because he's been great out here. So we don't care about, what has happened in the past. All we care about what happens when you put on that purple and gold. They know what they need to do. They know how to act as a professional. But we don't want nobody to change. I want to see Lance shake it up, and I want that because that's who he is. Michael Beasley, come on, do your thing. We're not going to change a guy, but at the same time, we just want them to play team basketball, run the plays that Luke wants them to run, on and on and on. But we're not concerned. If I was concerned, I wouldn't have signed on them. I'm excited to have each and every one of them, trust me.
BT, just to add to what Magic was saying, not only are we not concerned, but it was purposeful. Magic is a basketball historian. I like to really study the past too. And if you look at the highly successful and championship teams, they have multiple personalities. Mm-hmm. You can give one example to go back to the Bulls era, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman. There's different players of different personalities that add something to the chemistry for teams to be great. And there were things that we looked at that the elite teams had that are in front of us, and knowing that our road to a championship is through every team, that we had to bring certain character traits to the team. So each of the guys we signed had a purpose to that, and we feel good about it. And
they're very competitive, and that's what we want. Nobody says anything about Draymond, right? But he's very competitive, right? And he's a key to what Golden State does.
Now that LeBron has been in the building and you've gotten to spend probably a good amount of time getting to know him, is there something you've learned about him that maybe you wouldn't have expected to know?
No, it's just beautiful to watch him play. It's just fun how he rallies everybody. He's like a magnet, and everybody just it's just beautiful to see him think 3 or 4 plays ahead, and you get to just see it. There was a play today, and Kuz, everybody knew it was game point. So LeBron got it, and we saw him just saying, "Oh, I'm about to take Kuz. I'm going to get to my spot, and then I'm going to launch this 3-point right in his face." Sure enough, he came down, gave a little fake, and then Rob said, "Why you go for the fake?" And Kuz was like, he didn't know what to do. And LeBron just pulled it, all net. But that's the greatness of LeBron, and he's going to, again, rub off on a Kuzma. When you play against him every single day, you get better. Michael Cooper made me better. I was going against the best defensive player in all of basketball every single day. He made me better. Our practices were competitive when I played, so that made us compete every single night, 82 games. That's what we're looking for from this team. And so, no, he's just special. He's special, yet just a regular guy. And then Rob was telling me we talked about it when we got to the office, how you want to go into him and Rondo just sat on the sideline and we're talking basketball after we got done. It was just amazing.
Ashley, I think the biggest thing for me is to see the reverence he has for the game. I think I had mentioned earlier, he had his first time in the building, and it was just something. It's like a moment you'll never forget, where he comes in early, 6:30, and he was actually waiting for some of the coaches and different things to arrive. And I could just see he sat in a folding chair underneath all the banners in this unbelievable facility, and who knows exactly what was going on in his head, but you have to think he was reflecting on the history of the Lakers and the great players and the championships and the respect he had for all of the numbers that are retired on the wall, and just thinking now it's his turn to etch his name in this storybook franchise. So just the reverence for the game, it's unbelievable.